How about you beatbox and I'll warm up. I'm ready.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Talk Culture, where today
we are mashing up some universes.
Ooh.
We are going to make them collide,
Just putting them in right here.
mold into one.
Like we're just universes. They're in there, and that's where we're going. So what we're doing today? You know what? Why don't you tell them what we're doing today?
No, let's address what is this? That is not universes.
That's universes. That's universe connection. Star Trek.
That could be a good one.
That would have been a good
Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody.
We'll keep
That'll
that
be a
in
different
mind.
video.
Cut! Whoa!
No, we ain't cut.
We're back in.
You're always trying to cut.
We're good.
Last video we
No, we're back in. We're good. There was no cut.
Oh, we're back in.
We're here. Here we
didn't
are.
Cut. No, don't cut. Anyways, yes. This week we are going to be colliding some universes. So we're going to be taking some of our favorite games, some of your favorite game universes, and seeing which one that we would rather live in.
So we're trying to keep it as close as possible. We're not trying to bring the Lego universe into this. No, I don't want to say Star Wars universe. Man, that was terrible because Lego literally combines our universe with everything. I lost. I screwed it up. I was wrong.
We are just trying to keep them similar, okay? And you will see as we go along how it makes sense. All right?
Let me try again.
You want to try it again? I just explained it, but
So we're not gonna take the Bionicle universe,
yeah,
and mix it with Spider-Man. We're not gonna take Cheetos and mix it with ice cream, and we definitely ain't gonna take salami and mix it with Pop-Tarts. We're gonna keep it completely similar. So we're gonna be more like a Snickers and a Milky Way, if that makes sense. That makes sense?
they did up until that. What?
Anyways, so
What are you doing?
let's move it on. Let's
I think
start
they
it
get
out.
it. I think they get it.
They get it. So
you get it?
let's go with our
Tell me.
first combination right out the gate.
Just take it.
Staple from the 90s. We got Crash Bandicoot versus Spyro. So already, let's pump the brakes.
What is
That
that?
was me pumping the brakes. The brakes that don't exist. We're gonna
Anytime
have
he comes up to a stoplight or a stop sign,
Sorry.
he just pumps the brakes with his arm.
We're
up.
just pumping it.
Pump
So
it.
we got
Lava!
two PlayStation 1 classics duking it out right now. Great universes from our childhood, right?
Absolutely.
Crash Bandicoot, he's a bandicoot. And Spyro, the purple dragon. So,
What is a bandicoot? Is a bandicoot a real thing?
a bandicoot is a real thing. I've never seen one personally, but
Not to Google
they
it.
exist. But, so, who are you picking?
So I think No, I think Crash.
Crash.
I think Crash.
Well, I'm going to tell you how you're wrong, because I'm picking Spyro.
Well, I have a feeling you were going to pick Spyro. It was a loaded question
All
just
day,
for
every day.
yourself. I think Crash Bandicoot
Hey,
is...
why don't you tell the people why you're picking Crash Bandicoot?
I'll tell you why I think.
Okay.
So, Crash Bandicoot, I think the universe is a little bit better. Now, you may think Spyro is a little bit more evolved, right? And that's okay. But I can just tell you, I just like the stylized version of it. I could see myself being in there.
Really?
Absolutely.
Tell me.
Jumping on the boxes, collecting them, what are they, peaches? Whatever those things are called.
Oh, hold on. You're going to go with Crash Bandicoot, and you're thinking you're collecting peaches?
And they look like peaches to me on the outside, and I'm just kind of
clearly
hungry.
papayas.
All right, clearly, I like peaches more than a papaya.
Well,
Spell
I mean,
papaya.
P-A-P-A-P-A. Why?
Pa-pa-pa-pa.
Hey.
Pa-pa-pa-pa-ya-ya,
Anyways,
pa-pa.
so I'm picking Spyro
Then why? Why?
because, first of all, it's a universe full of dragons,
All right,
kangaroos.
all right. Is there
There's
kangaroos?
kangaroos, there's goats. I mean, first of all, every Spyro world has 6 different worlds in it. You jump through the gates and you go all over the place.
Do I look like a guy that wants to jump through a gate?
I mean, you can say the same thing about Crash, though. Because Crash, you also have the center hub that you jump through gates. in
Man,
different
I'm
areas.
thinking just like the first level. That's
Well, you
it.
can't. You just
That's
gotta-
all I'm thinking
Yeah,
of.
you gotta think universe.
All right, let me think about
How are you
Universe.
gonna think Universe
I'm
is just
still
stay
in
in the same
Crash.
one place?
It doesn't matter
Anyways,
to me.
Spyro, first of all, he
basic
can
guy.
fly. Naturally, he can
But
fly.
that doesn't mean you can fly.
Second of all, well, but I mean, it's a possibility in the universe.
Are you trying to sell me that I should like Spyro just more
I'm
as a
just
game?
saying, no, I'm
Are
saying
you breaking the video?
that I could be a dragon. Technically, I'd be a dragon in Spyro's universe.
No, you'd be one of them little toads that hop around.
You got a lot of nerve saying
You go,
that.
yeah, Spyro gonna come around and go and light you up.
You got a lot of nerve.
You got a lot of backbone thinking that you're gonna be a dragon.
Second of all, I'm gonna chase you around like that little guy that runs around with the egg. And I tell you what, you could be Crash, I'll be Spyro, I'll chase you all day. 9 times out of 10, you're losing that battle.
Well, I got a whole bunch of papayas to throw at your little, flame
Crash
throwing
don't even
ass.
throw papayas.
Well, you know what? I'm switching things around.
Wow.
It doesn't matter.
Hey man, just do whatever you want. Just change up the universe.
Well, you're doing whatever you want. You want to be a
Spyro,
dragon.
I think Spyro's the clear winner here.
Yeah, I don't know. And obviously, you're going to have to tell us in the comments section which one you think is a little bit better. I don't know.
Tell us why you think it's Spyro and why it's not Crash.
I wholeheartedly believe Crash is a better universe than Spyro. But we're going to move on to our second... Shut up. It's just our second. Don't you get me all flustered over Crash.
I'm getting you flustered. I'm going to get it.
I'm about to bandicoot your ass out of here. What is a bandicoot again? Seriously.
Number 2, we got the Undead universe. Resident Evil
First
versus
Dead
Rising.
Rising. I wanted to just say it, but it sounded good.
You want to get? I liked it.
3, 2, 1, say it again.
Dead Rising.
It's velvety.
That's something. That's
It's velvety.
Give me
Thanks.
some. So, this is a hard one because as much as the Resident Evil world is awesome, Dead Rising just is a lot more.
Man. I think what this
I don't know
boils
how
down
to
to.
describe it.
This is what it boils down to for me. All right. So I'm just going to give you some facts. Maybe it's not
Some
facts.
facts.
I didn't
Car
fact.
facts.
Shush. Not a car facts, but the facts of it here.
Okay.
So when I look at Resident Evil, I think of like Nemesis, like the Licker, like all those like evolved morph like zombies that are like more OP than like the normal just walker.
I get it. Yeah.
Dead Rising to me, yes, they have things maybe kind of similar.
You can't
but
forget about Resident Evil with what's his name? The guy that looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger in a trench coat. The T180, T100.
that's the Terminator.
What's the guy in Resident Evil 2? Oh, I can't
Mr.
think of it.
X.
Mr. X?
Mr. X. I'm pretty
He's
sure.
gonna give it to you.
I knew it was coming. But Dead Rising doesn't have really like those super OP like zombies. So with all that being said, I'm gonna go Dead Rising for 2 reasons. One, I don't know if I can handle all the OP zombies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 2, if I'm in Dead Rising like world, I mean you can create like ridiculous things like those not steamroller?
I think it's steamroller.
Like, you know, the little flat things that roll, flat
Rolling
stuff?
pin.
No. I mean jumbo size for, like the roads. You know what I mean?
Oh.
That's money. I don't know what I'm
You're
doing.
making it rain.
But you can make some things like, like on Dead Rising, I think 4, you got like the flamethrowers, you got that. I mean, you just literally destroy zombies, and I think I would enjoy that so much more than Resident Evil.
So I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong. I'm picking Dead Rising.
What?
Because the Resident Evil world, what, man?
I said Dead Rising.
No, you didn't. I'm picking Dead Rising because, first of all, the Resident Evil world is just way too chaotic. I mean, nothing good ever happens. Just think, there's not a single moment in all the Resident Evil games where anyone's just like sitting down, just relaxing.
Absolutely right.
Like there's always chaos going on.
You're absolutely right.
Dead Rising, you're in a mall for the first game. Where else would you want to be locked up? I mean, a mall, you got multiple stores that can have weapons. It could have, like you said, I mean, you didn't say it. You can make your own weapons. You can make, like, cool vehicles that kill zombies. Resident Evil's been using the same shotgun and pistol for the last 25 years. So, unfortunately, I think you're wrong, but I'm going to have to go with Dead Rising.
You got me some more.
I tell you what, I think we're just going to have
to.
to agree to disagree and move on to number 3.
I love that idea.
All right.
Let's go number 3.
Why don't you tell the people what number 3 is?
We have Skyrim.
You gonna tell them?
Skyrim.
I mean, so the Elder Scrolls universe,
Elder Scroll,
but mainly
whatever.
Skyrim, mainly just because
Verse Fable. This one's a little
it's a difficult one.
for
If you really
you.
think
For you,
about
it might be.
Oh yeah, for me it's definitely difficult.
I'm a little biased. Okay, so where Fable has like swords, magic, different things like that. Skyrim got like the dragons, and I don't know. It's one of those things I'm just not a big fan of the game in general, and I'll probably receive some hate if you're watching. I'm sorry, but Fable, like when that came out on Xbox and PC, that was just like such a break and a release from like what I've usually played at that point.
I get it.
So I think that universe is a little bit better.
That's probably the farthest you've gotten to medieval because you're not a real big like medieval kind of guy, and I feel like Fable's about as close as you're gonna get.
Well,
you're gonna get.
I just like, you can go into town and you can pick like you're good, bad, like if you're evil or whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
And you can go in there and woo the women. Woo! Not the Nature Boy, but woo! Yeah,
right.
That's why I think Fable's a little bit better. I don't need all the dragons and stuff like that.
For once, we're gonna agree a little bit. I'm
it.
not saying for sure Fable. This is very close for me.
All right. I thought you were saying Fable.
I'm not. I don't know yet. Like I feel like I'm gonna talk my way through.
Well, just talk it out. Talk it out.
Skyrim. The big selling point for me in Skyrim is the world is so vast.
I get that.
You got multiple guilds. You got multiple cities. I mean, the ES universe is just massive. Whereas Fable is like Skyrim light. Like it's very small and compact. You don't have nearly as much ground to cover as Skyrim. But at the same time, your choices definitely have more weight in Fable. So, for instance, I believe it was Fable 2. It might be Fable 3. The end game of Fable. First of all, and like we said, we're going off universe, not necessarily the titles, but I'm just using this to kind of give the difference.
Got you.
The end of the one Fable game, you have to decide to either save or be nice to the citizens of your town, but a plague's going to come through and wipe them out. Or you have to be terrible to them. They're going to hate you, but they're going to make it through the plague. And they really take that good and evil, and they really bind you there. Yeah. Skyrim, you really never have as big of consequences for your actions. I mean, you can run into Whiterun and just start slaughtering people, leave and come back, and it's not so bad.
Oh, hey, come on back in. We missed you.
Yeah, I mean, and plus you have the issue with Skyrim where you're always waking up on the back of someone's trailer. Like, you're just waking up from a nap. It's happened multiple times to me.
Then, you know what? I want to double
and
down.
The dragons in Skyrims are assholes.
I mean, they're quite terrifying.
They're always causing a ruckus. Fable, you gotta worry about chickens. Evil chickens. That's it.
I'll take an evil chicken all day.
So I tell you what, as much as I love Skyrim...
Hold on. I'm sorry. No,
what?
Do you think an evil chicken as opposed to a normal chicken tastes different?
It might be spicy. I feel like that's like the true origin of a spicy chicken breast.
Like a Nashville hot chicken.
Yeah, he's evil and he's hot. What? He's got some hot heat. He's got some backstage heat. But I'm gonna have to go Fable 2 on this one, just by a hair though, because I do love the Elder Scrolls universe. I love all the different races and stuff in Skyrim, but Fable, I just feel it's a lot more whimsical and
I get it. I love it. I'm glad we're kind of getting on the same page now.
We finally agreed on one.
Oh, so I wonder if we're gonna agree on this one. So, folks, we are going to.
This is gonna be heated.
We're gonna.
Sorry, go ahead.
We're gonna combine two Microsoft/Xbox exclusive properties.
Bejeweled and Tetris.
Tetris all day long.
Yeah, you're right.
But that's not it. We have Gears of War versus Halo.
This is the big one of the big ones. I mean, they're duking it out right now. Marcus Phoenix and Master Chief, they're going at it.
Did you say Phoenix?
Phoenix. I said Marcus Phoenix.
Marcus Phoenix.
Hello. Sorry.
But realistically, these two are like heavyweights, especially when like Xbox 360 came out as well.
For sure.
So we thought it'd be appropriate to have them go against each other.
All right.
Now, let's kind of weigh some of the comparisons here.
Okay.
So Gears of War, you have like the Locust, you have oh goodness, the Swarm. You know, with the Gears of War 4 and going forward. But then you have like the aliens, which with the Covenant and
the
things
Flood,
like that. The Flood,
and
thank you.
like the earlier titles.
No, Halo 3.
Yeah,
Halo 3.
So I will say, both of us are we haven't really played a lot of Halo past. I think the last one I played was Reach. So we're a little rough.
Reach for me.
But I mean, it's the universe we're looking at. In Gears, I've played up to 4, where you've played all of them.
Yes, yeah. So it's very hard, but I think I'm going to sway a little bit more towards Gears of War for the simple fact of like, man, maybe not.
See, I'm going Halo, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm going Halo.
Let me hear what you got to say.
So this comes back to the richness of the universes here. Gears of War is always stricken with
something.
D-Day or Emergence Day, like
D-Day. You mean E-Day? Yeah.
E-Day. Sorry, not D-Day. Halo, you have a little more. I mean, it's not always a disaster going on. Now, both of them definitely have a lot of destruction. Halo, I like, is a lot more science-driven, I feel. A lot more space. Whereas Gears of War is a lot more, I don't want to say realistic, but it is on the more realistic side.
It's a more realistic sci-fi.
Weapons, yes. I like the space aspect of Halo, I've always had. And I really like Master Chief. I like Marcus Phoenix.
Man.
But Master Chief is always going to be supreme to Marcus Phoenix.
It hurts my soul, but
something we were talking about earlier. Marcus Phoenix ages.
Right.
Master Chief does age, but the suit is really, I mean, he's like, that suit is really what puts him through.
What I was going to say is like the weapons and like the engineering and stuff in Gears of War kind of leads me to want to be there. But when I think back to Halo, like I think of their weapons. Like, yeah, you have the BR and like the
Spartan
assault
laser,
rifle.
the assault rifle,
but think about
pistol in Halo 1.
Think about the Needler. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you weigh the weapons to Gears of War, I mean, if you're going to be, say, a Gear in Gears of War or like a Spartan in Halo, I feel like I'd probably rather be a Spartan in Halo for the simple fact that like I'm going to shoot a alien up with some Needler.
Yeah.
Like that was my weapon of choice. I love it.
And the vehicles in Halo. I mean, you got the Banshees, you got the Ghosts, you got the Warthogs.
You're right.
Now, the Scorpion tank.
You're absolutely right.
Gears, you really don't got much that I can think of off the top of my head. But, I mean, you got the Lancer and Gears, though. You know, I mean, that's a staple.
But when you break down the weapons, you have the Lancer and the Retro Lancer are your, like, true standouts.
Then you got Torque Bow.
Okay, that's true.
Torque
Bow, you're right.
Hammer of Dawn. That's
okay.
You know, but I think I still give the leg up to Halo. So I'm gonna go with Halo on this one.
I'm gonna go Halo.
Oh, and the soundtrack.
But
first of all. I mean, the soundtrack might be playing while you're in the universe. I doubt you're always gonna be hearing Pillars of Autumn when you're just walking through town or something. But I mean,
man, if you like play the Gears of War like intro thing and then Halo. You know for a simple fact that Halo won't get stuck in your head. Remember when we played CE on PC back in the day?
Ooh.
I think we're getting very long-winded in this one.
Let's not stay on this too long.
Halo. Sorry, Gears of War. Love you.
Halo. It's nothing personal, but it is.
Let's get to our last one here, DK. Why don't you take it away? I think I have the last two.
Number 5. We're going with Ratchet and Clank versus Jak and Daxter. Now, we've brought this one up on our channel before with a third game that we're not going to bring up right now because it might show up in another one of these videos later in the series. We plan on doing some more of these. If you guys like them, let us know in the comments below.
I love it.
But Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter, both these games hold a special place in my heart. And it's going to be very difficult for me to pick between these two. Now, all of these games have.
What, am I not here?
Yeah, you're
just,
here.
Just your heart?
I mean, what?
Speak for me, man.
Oh, they have a special place in your heart?
Yeah.
Well, they had a special place in my heart first.
How do you know?
I don't, but I think I do. So,
what?
Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter. Both are fantastic games.
Ooh!
Fantastic!
Wow, twice. We're breaking them out the fantastic shell right now.
Ratchet and Clank, first of all, you got a great duo with Ratchet and Clank. You also got a great duo with Jak and Daxter. Both of them, you have comedic relief.
Yeah.
Both very different universe, but kind of similar at the same time. So Ratchet and Clank, again, a lot more space driven. You travel a lot more. Jak and Daxter, though, also a little space driven with a lot of jumping in between. Jak and Daxter's more ancient ruins and cities, where Ratchet and Clank is a lot more cities. Cityscape.
The way I look at it when I'm breaking them down, Ratchet and Clank's just a little bit more memorable for me. Like Jak and Daxter, really great game.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely spent a lot of hours on it. Even just a lot of hours just watching you play when we would have sleepovers as kids. But I think Ratchet and Clank, like the technology-driven piece of it, you're collecting like nuts and bolts or whatever, right?
Yeah, for weapons.
So I think that is a little bit more geared towards me. Gear. But
it is again, coming back.
But I just like the characters more. I feel slightly disconnected thinking back to Jak and Daxter. Like Ratchet and Clank, man, I would love to be either of them, especially like Clank. I just like to be backpacked and just go around doing my thing. You know what I mean?
I'm going to have to say Ratchet and Clank, too.
I thought you were going Jak and Daxter. This was a hard one for me.
So the reason why I didn't go with Jak and Daxter is a lot more of a realistic universe with a lot more limitations, I feel. Ratchet and Clank, first of all, so much humor. I mean, there's so much wittiness in Ratchet and Clank. The weapons are so smart.
Yeah.
Like, so witty, some of these weapons. I mean, you're turning enemies into sheep. You got tractor cannons, like all this fun stuff. And you got like different boots you can grind rails on to get around. You got ships that you can build.
And your wrench, all that stuff.
Your wrench can do stuff. And then later on,
point.
Clank can do a bunch of stuff. He can turn into a real big robot. I think they expanded. There's no limitations in Ratchet and Clank.
So you bring up a really good point with the weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jak and Daxter, I don't remember the weapons.
They're very basic. I mean, you had, first of all,
I just remember the snowboard that was like rocket powered.
Yeah,
that's all I remember.
So Jak and Daxter, a lot of you just had guns. They weren't anything real crazy. They had different like shooting styles.
Yeah.
But also a lot of your weapon was very Crash Bandicoot-ish. Like tailspins and, kicking and punching. But then you had like Light Jak and Dark Jak with the Eco. That was, it was a weapon, but it wasn't like a gun or it wasn't anything like that. Ratchet and Clank was, for the most part, guns. I mean, you had a melee function. But I want to be in a universe that has tons of guns, man. Interesting guns. I want to turn people into sheep. I want to turn guns into hamburgers.
You want to turn a gun into a hamburger?
Yeah!
You mean you want to use the gun to turn something into it?
Yeah.
I like it. I like that.
I want to put on boots and go grinding on rails. It's just a lot more whimsical. It's a lot more fun.
Plus, you have the movie, so they've definitely outgrown Jak and Daxter. They've expanded, so you actually have a...
Ooh. Now let's talk about the suits in Deadlock. Ratchet and Clank Deadlock, you had those real cool armor suits. You have the arenas in Ratchet and Clank.
The arenas. I forgot about that for a minute.
Tell you what, the more I think about it, it's just hands down, it's Ratchet and Clank.
All right, now let's put them all against Ratchet and Clank.
All of them are Ratchet and Clank?
No, I'm just kidding. We can't do that. We can. I'm kidding.
What are you trying to do?
But honestly, folks, those are our 5 that we wanted to put together. Please let us know in the comment section down below which ones you like, which ones we got wrong.
Tell us about some mashups you want to see for our next one.
That'd be a good idea.
Give us some mashups to compare. We want to see them.
Absolutely. But as always, we're going to ask you guys to like, share, subscribe, and make sure to ring that bell so you're notified of other videos that we are dropping for you here on this channel.
Where?
Here.
On this channel.
Oh, this is the table, but this channel. Our YouTube channel.
I like it.
Every Friday.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. Eastern Time.
Eastern Time.
You say Eastern Time?
Eastern Time. Eastern Time.
As always, thank you so much for supporting
Talk Culture. take
You
it.
gonna take the ball?
I'll take.
You gonna run
I'll
with
take the ball. I mean, I'll try.
Hit him with your
Yeah.
Heisman.
I'm gonna hit.
Oh. Oh.
I'll do what I can do. How about you do it?
You think
know
I got a
what
better
I'll
Heisman?
do? Hit. Oh.
Maybe I need to tuck it in more
Maybe
this
we
way.
both need to just.
You ready on 3, 2, 1. We're 18 minutes in.
Oh Jesus.
We've been recording for 10 days straight, and we can't stop. But we slept twice.